Hi everyone, it's Friday and ready for the weekend. So on Fridays I usually make something special as I do on Saturday because I'm more relaxed, my work week is done. And so today's recipe is Paneer Tikkas with Besan Chilas. So enjoy and do check out my recipe tomorrow. I will make pav bhaji. All right, so today we'll focus on Paneer Tikka and Besan Chila. Excellent. I'm looking forward to it. All right, let's start. Here we are. I'm roasting 1 tablespoon of besan in a pan. I didn't add any oil or anything. I'm just roasting the besan. This is for the marination of the paneer tikka. This is an important part, guys. Please don't skip this. You must have some roasted besan set aside to cool before you start. Okay, and I cut up my cubes of paneer. I have fairly nice chunks of paneer. I'm going to make 2 seeks, so this is enough. It seemed like a little hard, so I added a little bit of salt and hot water to let the paneer soak for a bit while I prep the veggies for it. The only veggies I'm going to add to the paneer tikka seekh is onions and orange bell pepper. Now guys, here's an important tip. You want to make sure that your veggies are sort of the equal size, but always smaller than the paneer cube that you have cut. Okay, and I'll show you later when we cook it why that is important. But the key thing is that your cubes for the veggies need to be a little smaller than your cubes for the paneer. Now here I'm going to make the marinade for the paneer tikka. I've got kasoori methi in my mixing bowl, and I will add 3 tablespoons of yogurt. Joys of live cooking. Okay, so here's 3 I'm just using store-bought yogurt, the Astro whole milk yogurt. And now to this I'll add a bit of the roasted besan. I'm not going to add a whole lot, so this will actually make the marinade a thicker consistency. But because my yogurt was already so thick, I didn't feel like I needed to add the whole thing. So add more if you want to. Now I've added some spices, the normal, haldi, mirch, the turmeric, red chili powder. I added dhania powder, a bit of garam masala, salt. Here I'm tasting it just to make sure everything tastes good. You want to make sure that it's a little bit higher on the taste side, because some of these spices are going to get left in the pan, and the veggies and the paneer will need the spices. So I'm just trying to show you over here that my paneer is nice and soft and spongy, but it is very wet. So I'm going to take off the excess water by using a paper towel. I'll just sop up the excess water before I add it to the marinade, because I've worked hard on that marinade to make sure it is the right consistency, and I don't want any water being added to it with the paneer. So I've gotten rid of the water. You have to be very gentle with the paneer because it's soft now that I've soaked it. And at this point, you really shouldn't use a spoon or a spatula to mix it. The best way is to use your hands, because you want to make sure that every little piece of paneer, every little piece of the veggie is all well coated in the marinade. And so you want to just get in there with your fingers and coat everything nicely, and then you can cover it and put it aside to marinate for about 10 minutes or so. When you're ready to cook it, you would put it on your seekh. I've got my 2 seekhs ready. And now I will thread it. Start always with the hardest veggie. For me, this is the orange pepper because that's sort of the anchor of the seekh. So, and then I'll put the softer veggie, which is the onion, and then I'll put the paneer, because the paneer needs all the supports it can get. And so I'll just, follow that same process throughout. I'll go, the veggies, the two veggies and the paneer, the two veggies and the paneer, and I'm going to put 4 cubes on each seekh. I had 8 cubes of paneer, so I'm going to put 4 cubes on each seekh, and just build out my 2 seekhs that way. And when, I just want to make sure everything is even and facing the same direction. And I'll do the same thing and make the second seekh as well. Any leftover marinade, just pat it on as much as you can. That's good. The more the merrier over here. And so now I've got my pan heating, and you'll see over here, I thought my butter was melted, but I guess it's been a while since I melted it, so it decided to freeze up again, and I had to go back to the microwave for 10 seconds to melt my butter again. So I've got about 2 tablespoons of butter that I'm going to use throughout the recipe for both the Besan Chila and the Paneer Tikka. And all you want to do is sort of baste it from time to time. So you saw me do one baste. After a bit, when it's brown on that side, I'll turn it over and I'll do another baste. And now you can see why you want the paneer cubes to be larger than the veggies, because otherwise the paneer edges will not brown, and that's important. The veggies will brown, and that's really not that important. So here I'm basting again on each. So once I've got the final turn done, this is the final turn, I will do my final basting, and then I'll cover the pan and turn off the heat and just leave it alone for a few minutes, before, maybe like 5 minutes. Just leave it alone. And then it'll be ready to serve. So now let's make the Besan Chila. I've cut up some, the leftover orange bell peppers and some of the onions. I've got about 3 tablespoons of besan, and I'll add my veggies to it. For those of you who don't know, besan is a powder of the black chickpeas. So it's very high in protein, and it's gluten-free. And I'm also going to chop up some green chilies and the stems of the coriander stalks. Only the stems. I don't use the leaves in the Besan Chila, because when you cook the leaves, they become kind of dark and bitter, so I don't like that taste. The leaves are good for garnishing and stuff like that, so I'm going to, just use the stems. The stems are what has all the flavor of the coriander anyway, and they don't turn bitter when you cook them. So if you're going to cook, if you need the taste of coriander, then use the stems and not the leaves, and that's your tip for the day. Okay, I've got my veggies. You can add a lot more veggies in here. You can grate some carrots and, whatever you like really. And now I'm adding my spices, my red chili powder, haldi, garam masala, coriander powder. I've got my kasoori methi and a bit of ajwain, which is, I think, carom seeds. And both kasoori methi and ajwain should be rubbed between, in your palm before you add it in, so that helps the oils to release. It gives a better flavor. Now I'm going to add a little bit of a water at a time to make a very thick paste. It's not going to be watery at this time. I'm just going to make a thick paste. I just want to make sure that everything is well blended. There are no lumps and no dry spots of the besan. And I will, at this point, I will cover it and leave it alone, because the veggies that I've put in there will sweat a bit. So when I'm ready to make it, that's when I will bring it to the right consistency. So here I'm ready to make it. You can see the paste is thick. It's come together well. And now I will add about a teaspoon of lemon juice to this. and some more water, and just whip it till it comes to the consistency that I want. It's not there yet. I'll whip it some more. I'll add the last bit of water. I think that will do it, and just mix it all well together, and just give it a good shake so everything is well blended. And you can see I'm splattering all over, but that's fine. It's a good consistency now. So now that butter that I had melted for the paneer tikka, I'm using some of it over here for my Besan Chila. I've heated up my griddle. I add my mixture to it. You spread it with gentle hands because the griddle is hot and it'll tend to stick and come apart. So if you want, you could make it a little thinner, but this is the right consistency for me, and so I have left it at this consistency, and I'm trying to do the best I can in terms of trying to shape it, but it'll taste good no matter what the shape, so I'm not too bothered about it. Here I'm basting the top of my chila once it's cooked a little bit with a little bit of butter again. You can see the theme is butter. I love my butter. You don't have to, obviously the butter is completely optional. I like the taste, and it is a Friday night meal, so it can be a little richer than normal. Here I am trying to get the last bit of butter out to butter both sides of my Besan Chila. And this does take a while. I know the video is on fast forward, so you may not realize it, but it's almost like 4 or 5 minutes per side to cook. So it takes a while to cook the basin. So once you're ready, once you're okay with the texture and the feel, I just watch for the brown spots, and as long as I have enough brown spots, I'm good to go. Here I've dished it out. I'm trying to show you that when you take your chicken tikka out, the pan sometimes has some tasty bits. Don't leave that for the pan. That's for your plate. Okay, so get all your tasty bits from your pan to your plate. And here is the wonderful, wonderful dinner. It was delicious. Look at that paneer tikka. Oh my God, it was to die for. I'm serving it with some pickled turmeric, pickled pearl onions, and pickled ginger, and some green chutney. And guys, this is our Friday night dinner. It was amazing. So if you liked it, boop that like. Thank you.